Hello, my name is Olatunji Sobodu, and today you're welcome once again to Leadership Monday. Leadership Monday is brought to you by Emmet Leadership Academy. We meet every Monday, and I have the responsibility to deliver to you and not get to do leadership right. There is power to drive the leadership journey. That's what I want to focus on this morning, the power to drive the leadership journey. What is the power to drive the leadership journey? What is the power that you need to drive the leadership journey? And I want to draw your attention to a statement that is so popular. I'll be surprised if you haven't heard about it before. But I'm sure you must have heard about it before. And it doesn't matter whether you are a Christian or not, because this is a common statement, but it's profound in the sense that it is true. The truth of it is not in doubt. At least for me, I am not in doubt, as to the truth of that statement. Now, what is that statement? The statement is this. It says, now the just shall live by faith. Now the just shall live by faith. The just shall live by faith. If you're a Christian, of course, that's a common statement. You would have heard it again and again. And if you are not, I imagine that you must have heard it probably from your Christian friends, or as some people did. They actually came through Christian schools. But it's a profound statement. It's a statement of truth. I believe in it. Let's examine the character of that statement. Let's take a brief look at the essential element. And there are two statements, or let's say three, that are profound, that should strike anyone, who pays attention to the statement. The first is the just. If you like, the just means the righteous. If you like, the righteous means also, one with integrity, at least in the literal sense. So there is the word just or righteous or integrity. There is live, and there is faith. All right. The just shall live by faith. The just shall live by faith. Now, the interesting element in that statement is it tells you how to succeed in life. It tells you the way to live life with purpose. It puts in your hands a very important key that applies to each one's life, that defines the results that each one gets in life. And it doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or you are not. It really would matter. It applies nonetheless. You may not have been conscious of it, but it takes that statement basically tells us that it takes faith to succeed. It takes faith to succeed in life. That faith, living by faith, is the way to go in life. And much more for those, who are men and women of integrity. The just shall live by faith. The just shall live by faith. Now, and so what is faith? That is, faith. But let's again examine faith in the literal sense. It is like the just shall live by his convictions. The just shall live by a confidence, all right, in what he or she believes. The just shall act, all right, in every situation based on, the strength of their conviction. All right. That's what I believe to be literal interpretation of that statement. So let's be clear. You must be confident in your pursuit. It's an important requirement if you want to succeed in your pursuit. All right. It's an important requirement. Faith in what you are doing. Okay. Faith in what you are deploying your efforts to. Faith that, you know, God, in this case, will back you up and will make what you are doing, all right, bring the results that you desire. And, you know, that can be whoever the God that you subscribe to is. But in our case, we subscribe to the God of the Bible. At Emet Leadership Academy, the truth for us is found in the Word of God. And, this is an important truth. The just shall live by faith. That is something that is missing in the way many of us approach life, in the way we approach, all right, the things that we handle. It is what undermines our ability to succeed. When you really look at each one and you examine the strength of our convictions in relation to what we're pursuing, you don't find that strength of conviction. And it explains, like I said, why some people succeed and others do not. But it's a source of power. Now, I'm excited about this statement because of who said it. All right. This is the word of God. This is a statement that somebody called Paul made, an apostle of Jesus Christ. So this is the statement that a follower of Christ made. This is the statement that a leader in his time made. So if you look at that statement from 2 points of view, it's a statement by a leader, it's a statement by one who is also following, all right, the most profound and the most impactful leader, the most successful leader there is, and that's in the person of Jesus. It has to be of interest to anyone who is interested or who wants to do leadership right. And that's why I'm looking at it. That's why I'm looking at it. Now, there's an aspect of it, that makes it even more profound, because this guy that was called Paul, he made another statement in the book of Timothy. And there, that statement was just equally profound. He said, talking about his journey, he said, look, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Very strong statement, a very strong claim or submission, by one who is a leader of many. He said, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my assignment. I have finished my course, and I have kept the faith. That statement points us to the key, the secret behind all that he achieved: faith. He ran his race by faith. So let's put the two together. One says, the just shall live by faith. The other man says, I have fought a good fight. I have run this course. I have kept the faith. So you can't but pay attention to that element that is called faith. And I'd like to submit that it's an important basis, is an important requirement for the journey of any leader to succeed. All right. Faith is a requirement of any leader. So, in case you are a follower and you are looking for the key to succeed with that leader, this is what it is. Do you have faith in that leader? If you don't have faith in a leader, you can't extract the power, all right, to realize the benefit that following him brings to bear on you. You can't. It takes faith to unlock everything that a leader has. It takes believing in a leader to access the fullness of what that leader has to offer. We often talk about the leader's promise. We often challenge leaders, all right, to add value to the lives of their people. But there is the requirement from the people who are being led, and that is they must exercise faith in their leader. They must believe in their leader. Leaders require their people to believe in them. It makes life easier. It encourages them to give their best. When you don't believe in your leader, all right, you are not encouraging the leader to give his best. You are not encouraging the leader to share what he or she has. All right, that statement is true. And you can put it to use and see how it will change the nature of the relationship that you have with your leader. You will see specifically how it will add color to that relationship. You will see how it will get your leader very excited. You will see how suddenly your leader will be pleased about your attitude towards him. The just shall live by his faith. All right. There is a second aspect of that statement which is of equal importance, so that you see that there are two sides to the leader's reaction. This statement tells us that the leader is excited. The leader requires you to believe in him or her in order to make the journey worthwhile for both of you, in order to make that relationship, all right, deliver the intended impact to both of you. But the statement, the second part then says, but if any man, or if you like, if any follower draws back, that is, does not exercise faith, does not believe in the leader, he said, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. I love that. So we have two sides to it. One side says, this is what I need. A leader, as a leader, and I put myself as well in that situation. And you should put yourself in that situation. I'm sure you would like those who follow you to believe in you. You won't want somebody who doesn't believe in you to follow you. All right. You like your people to follow you. It encourages you to give your best. All right. But so there is the aspect that I want you to follow me and believe, because when you believe, you commit to me. But if you don't believe, which it says that is what it means by if you draw back, I would have no pleasure in you. That means I won't be pleased with you. Your leader can't be pleased with you if you don't express faith in the leader. If you draw back, if you hold back your belief, your trust in the leader can't be pleased. You may think that this is a simple thing, but this is profound. And you need to try it. You need to decide to believe in your leader. And I'd like to say for now that don't wait until the leader convinces you that he or she is worth believing in. Give your leader the benefit of the doubt. If your relationship with your leader has been nothing to write home about, if it's been worrisome, if it hasn't offered you any benefit, if you are not pleased with it, I'm showing you what you need to do to turn it around completely. When you believe in a person, you see how it changes the way they deal with you. You see how it changes the way they commit to you. You see how you excite them, all right, to ensure that your relationship offers benefit. They are pleased when you have faith, but they are displeased when you don't believe in them, when you don't trust them. He said, if any man draws back, I will have no pleasure in him. I can't be pleased if you don't trust me as your leader. I can't be pleased, but try and trust me and see the way it will change everything. And so that brings me, so there is the displeasure of the leader, and there is the pleasure of the leader. So you find that in that statement that I've read from Hebrews 10:38, it said, the just shall live by faith. So it gives us the key. But it then says that if the just doesn't live by faith, then I would have no pleasure in him. And we're putting this statement in the context of the leader follower relationship. Okay, so there is the idea that faith is an instrument for pleasing your leader, believing, trusting in your leader. As leader, trusting in your leader to add benefit, all right, to your life is crucial. So let me bring you back to another part, which is Hebrews 11 and verse 6. And there it reveals a very important secret to us. It said, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Isn't that consistent with Hebrews 10:38? Isn't that consistent about the importance of faith, to a leader? That is God Himself, the ultimate leader. We're told if without faith in Him, all right, we can't please Him. That is, when faith is not there, He would have no pleasure in us. That's what the other statement is saying. But what is this faith that we're talking about? Pretty simple, because that statement in Hebrews 11, verse 6 then goes on. It also has two parts. The first says, without faith, it's impossible to please God. It then says, what kind of faith are we talking about? He said, because he said, whoever comes to him must believe that he is or he exists, and he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Two very important things to make your leader commit to you. If God will be satisfied with an expression of faith, your leader is, too small. Okay, we get excited with an expression of faith. That's the truth. And so what's the requirement? He said, in that first statement, he says, whoever comes to God must believe that he is. So if you come to your leader, you must believe that he exists. You must receive him for who he is. And the second part, you must also acknowledge and believe that he will add benefit to your life if you commit to him. Because God rewards those who diligently seek him. Your leader will add benefit, will be committed, all right, to adding value to your life when you sincerely commit to him. To believe in your leader is to commit, is to make yourself available, is to say, I trust where you are taking me. Try it. It will change the color of your relationship. It will turn things around for you. It's a secret. It's a powerful key. That's why I said today we're looking at the power that drives the leadership journey. It's faith. It's faith. And let me close by what, we're told in John 1 and verse 14. It said, Jesus, the Master, came to his own, but his own didn't receive him. All right? But to as many as received him, he gave the power to become the sons of God. He said, even to those who believe on his name. Can you see faith there? Can you see faith? Those who didn't receive him, just like you may not receive your leader, all right? They had nothing to benefit. But those who received him, those who acknowledged him for who he was and chose to believe in him, they took delivery of power. Value was added to their life. They experienced transformation. He said they got the power to become what they weren't before, to become sons of God. Sons of God means the product of the one that you are following. It's the product of the one you are following. That's what leadership is about. You follow a leader committedly, you become a product of the leader. You become, as it were, a son of the leader. What does that truly mean? That doesn't mean that your identity has changed. That means that when we look at you and we compare you with the leader, we will see some of the vital things that makes your leader who he or she is. All right? We will see them in you. You will see them in you. Because if you're following somebody, one of the very first things you can expect is a replication of the strengths, of the attributes of that person. That's why you need to be careful who you follow. Because if those strengths are also weaknesses, they'll be replicated in you. If you should, believe in the person you're following and you commit to following them. So, what am I saying today? I'm saying that for the leadership journey to be a success, to be impactful, it requires faith on the part of the follower. You must believe in your leader and you must commit yourself to following. You must submit to the leader's authority. You must obey the instructions of the leader. You must give your best to cooperate and collaborate with the leader towards, all right, attaining the goals of the leader. In that process, you extract commitment from the leader. In that process, you extract the benefits of leadership. In that process, you are reproduced as a son, as it were, of the leader. You become a true successor of the leader. It takes this thing that we call faith. It takes what we call faith. Too many people want the leader to prove themselves before they believe. It doesn't work that way. It's a relationship that actually begins by the leader trusting you and you trusting the leader. And that way, if both of you can do that, you forge a strong relationship, a relationship that becomes value adding to both of you. That's how leadership works. It's not just, about spiritual stuff. And if you took it from even a spiritual angle, yeah, the spirit controls the physical. All right, if it works there, be sure that you can leverage it to work for you in, you know, in the practical sense, in your day-to-day experience. And I'm showing you a very important key, to leadership. Leaders require a certain kind of followers. They require followers that believe in them. Until you believe in a leader, which will reflect in your strong commitment to the leader, you can't fully benefit from the leader. To attempt to benefit from a leader without committing is to attempt to perpetrate fraud, because the leadership relationship does not work, all right, through any other thing other than faith, other than believing in each other and trusting. If you will do that, then you have set yourself up for a great experience. That's my nugget for today. We've been talking leadership, but here we talk leadership from the point of view of the Bible, bringing biblical principles, biblical truths to help us explain very important dimensions in the all important subject of leadership. My name remains Olatunji Sobodu. And this has come to you from Emmet Leadership Academy, where leaders are nurtured based on truth. Where leaders are nurtured based on truth. Uh, so that's it. Um, Let me call your attention, and interest you in my newsletter. It's a new initiative of mine. I call it Share Newsletter, and you can see the uh, link in scrolling beneath your screen. I want to invite you to check it out and become part of the community. The essence of the Share Newsletter is to share with you some of the insights, as they as I receive them, all right, so that you can apply the same, to get the same, to experience the same things that I have experienced. Uh, so many years in leadership, but so much insight, all right, on leadership from the Word of God. That's my calling, and it's all about leadership by sharing. Leadership by sharing. That's the tagline for the Share newsletter. I want to invite you to subscribe to it, and you can benefit a great deal. You know, you would have a newsletter at least twice every week, speaking to specific aspects of leadership, and there will be video sessions for a newsletter where I will deal in greater detail with whatever is discussed in the newsletter, and you become part of the Share community. And there are many benefits to that. You can interact with other uh, uh, professionals, like-minded professionals, people who are committed to doing leadership right, just like yourself. Through that community, there are network opportunities, there are coaching opportunities. You can have one-on-one access to me on any issue as far as it has to do with leadership. So please go ahead, check that, check the link out, and it will be a pleasure to see you join us. Also, there is upcoming what I call the Authentic Leadership Academy, and that is basically a group that is committed to walking the talk, not just walking your talk. Somebody says, what's the difference? There is a big difference between the two. When we talk about being authentic, everybody wants to be authentic. Everybody believes that a leader should be authentic, and that's fine. But we often focus on walking the talk. We interpret authenticity to mean, a person walking his or her talk. But I am saying that authenticity is not in absolute sense. It makes no sense in absolute terms. It is walking the talk, meaning that you conduct yourself in the context of your role. Is a big difference. All right, being authentic as a leader is different from being true to your personality. Very different. And you only get to know how different it is, by joining that committee. You'd also find the link in the comment section, the link to join the Share committee, and participate in the newsletter, the link to join the Authentic Leadership Academy on an ongoing basis also is provided. Join me so that you can learn what it takes. By the way, I'm starting a 9-day series next week, Monday, in the evenings, and it's basically on how to become an authentic leader. How to become an authentic leader. You want to join me for the series for 9 days, every day, 1.5 hours. I'll be dealing with different aspects of what it takes to be an authentic leader. There are 7 things, 7 dimensions, that I'll be showing you. And in each of them, you have to walk the talk, all right, in order to truly walk the talk on a regular basis as an authentic leader. It's important to be an authentic leader. It's amazing, how powerful that can be. Not powerful, not to make you powerful as a leader in that sense, but powerful in the sense that your effectiveness and your impact will be guaranteed. And that's not what you find with many leaders. All right. So those are the things that we are involved with at the Emmett Leadership Academy. And we look forward to you being a part of what we do. We're passionate about leadership. I help leaders, all right, to win hearts and to change lives. Enjoy a wonderful, wonderful week. And sorry, you can reach out to me as well at my email. I'll put it in the comment, and um, be sure that you get a reply from me, possibly a video reply as well. God bless you. Enjoy a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you. Don't forget, Thursday, it's Leadership in 30 Minutes. We'll be examining, another aspect of leadership wisdom, all to help you do leadership right. God bless you. Bye bye.